All right, everybody, welcome to our team call tonight. I want to thank you for jumping on. I know that your time is valuable, and I know that Wednesday nights are probably a really busy night for you guys. So for those of you guys who show up and after a long day at work and craziness with the kids and everything, I want you to know that what you're doing, showing up, it matters. Trust me, it matters. And so I want to thank you for that. Okay, so let's just recap. Last week we did our big team call kicking off the new coach lab, and I've seen, I think, 3 people so far graduate from that, and a lot of people are using it. So that makes me really happy. This week I will have up phase 3 of the coach lab, and it will actually be a totally separate group, and it's going to be for emerging emeralds. So what that means is for those people who have gone through phase 1 and phase 2 and you want to continue on to phase 3 and really learn and kind of have accountability with building your business and getting to that first milestone of emerald, that'll be the group for you. I also want to say this. For those of you guys who are completing Coach Lab, and I'm glad you're completing it. Hold on one sec. Let me mute everybody because not everyone's muted. I keep getting feedback. It's good that you're completing it, but I want you to know this. Just because you finish Coach Lab in a week doesn't mean that miraculously when you finish it, things are just going to come really easy to you and all of a sudden you're going to hit Success Club, or all of a sudden you're going to have people that want to join your team. It doesn't work that way. A couple weeks ago, we talked about the formula for momentum for success, and you need to have laser focused intensity over time multiplied by faith in God, and that will give you success. So for those of you guys who are completing Coach Lab, you're clearly having the laser focused intensity, which is awesome. But you can't forget about the time. This doesn't happen overnight. It's the law of sowing and reaping. And so you just have to have patience, and you have to trust what you're learning, and you have to trust the process, and you just have to keep doing it. And you're going to invest time at first. And you might not see a return right away, but know that you're investing your time. And the other thing is this, you've got to improve yourself, and personal development is huge. You have to change yourself, not just your physical transformation, like change up here, your thoughts, your beliefs, just your all those tapes in your head. That is really, really important too. And you can't just cram in, 72 hours of personal development and think that you're there. No, it's a journey. It's a process. And so you have to trust the process. Just like 21-day fix, it's 21 days. So you can follow the workout completely and do the workouts for the first 4 days, and you might not see results, and you're like, well, you have to trust the process. You have to keep going, and you have to be consistent on a daily basis. And over time, you'll start to see results. Not a long period of time, 21 days. But a lot of times people have these expectations that, because you complete Coach Lab, or because you've been doing this for so and so long and you've been putting this much time into it, well, why aren't I getting coaches? Or why aren't I getting challengers? Well, there's more to it than that. You have to be doing this for a period of time. So with that being said, I wanted to talk to you guys tonight on how to build your team, how to find coaches, because I swear, I get so many messages from people asking me or telling me, I can't find coaches. How do I find coaches? I can't get anyone to join my team. And I understand that frustration, because I feel like that sometimes too. And so what you're feeling, know that you're not alone. It doesn't matter where you're at, in this business, and what rank you are, or how long you've been a coach. Everybody feels that way. Like, you go through periods, and so just know that you're not alone in feeling that way. Okay, so how do you build your team? This is very, very simple. It's so simple, you guys are probably going to be mad at me when I tell you this, but I'll elaborate a little more. But you build your team by running challenge groups. That's how you build your team. That's how you find coaches. You run challenge groups. You find challengers. You find people who want to get healthier and who want to lose weight. That's what you focus on. And when you focus on that and you find your challengers, and I'm not talking like 20 people a month, I'm talking like 3 to 5 people a month. If you focus on helping those people get the very best results that they can get with the program, in the challenge group, with Shakeology, then you're going to start building your team. It's just that simple. And so, I look at like some coaches on our teams, and the best, or the coaches that have the most passion right now, they're the people that have passion in the product. They're people that have seen and gotten results themselves. And I don't mean you need to be at your final point. I'm not saying that you need to be 40 pounds down or 50 pounds down until you can start running challenge groups or be a good coach. But I'm just saying that you've got to be doing it. Like, you've got to be doing the programs yourself, and you have to be running challenge groups to build your team. If you're not running challenge groups consistently with 3 to 5 people a month, then you're going to struggle to build your team. So the question is this: well, how do we find challengers? Because I am struggling finding challengers. I'm struggling finding people to do this with me. And it boils down to this: some people share and some people sell. The people who sell struggle. The people who sell are the people who are posting their websites on their Facebook posts. The people who sell are just focused on getting the sale. So they copy and paste Beachbody's, specials and put it in their Facebook posts. Or, they're constantly sharing like the Beachbody promos or their websites or things like that. Those people are focusing on selling. Now, the people that focus on sharing, those are the people that it comes really naturally to get challengers, because they're just sharing what they're passionate about. If you're truly invested in a program right now and you're truly drinking Shakeology right now, then your life is changing. Then you feel better. And I'm not saying that you're where you want to be, but I'm just saying that you have a plan and you feel like you've got some control over the situation here, and you feel hopeful and you feel excited and you know what you're doing. See, when you have that, then you can share how the challenge group and how the programs and how this coaching opportunity is changing your life. And when you share that, it's natural. And when you share how you're changing physically and inside, and how coaching is changing your life, and how being surrounded by positive people are changing your life, and when you start sharing how what you're learning from personal development and different recipes that you're trying that are healthy and replacing old recipes that you used to eat that aren't really great, when you start sharing what's working for you, you are going to start having people interested. And you put the focus on sharing with others, just sharing yourself, sharing your growth, sharing your passion. And that comes natural. See, selling, I don't like to feel salesy. I tremble at the thought of car salesmen. And the coaches that are selling, you're like, oh my God, it's fearful. You've got fear in you, fear of what people are going to think, fear of rejection, fear of not getting people. But when you just share what you're passionate about and what you're changing, what you're going to do is you become a vehicle of change yourself. See, it isn't just 21 Day Fix that's the vehicle of change. It's not just Shakeology that's the vehicle of change. You are literally a vehicle of change. And that comes out in every Facebook post or every Instagram post that you make. It comes out when people talk to you. It comes out when people see you. See, when you start becoming a vehicle of change and a total body vehicle of change, see, you'll hear something in personal development or in a podcast, or you'll see a recipe that your other coach friend made, or you saw in one of the challenge groups that someone made, and then you'll make it yourself, or you'll take a picture of, the recipe, or you'll share something that you learned on a podcast for personal development or something that you read, or you'll take a picture of your sweaty pic with your 3 kids climbing all over you because you only can work out in the evenings because you're a nurse and you work a 12-hour shift, and so you get home and your baby's still up, but dang it, you're going to get your 30-minute workout in because that's what you said you're going to do. And it may mean that your 3 kids are climbing on your back, but it doesn't matter. And you're going to take a picture of that and you're going to post it and you're going to share it. Why? Because you're now a vehicle of change. And see, that is going to inspire others. See, your choices to share your life and share what you're changing and sharing how it's working for you, how coaching is working for you, how Shakeology is changing your life, how being a part of a challenge group is keeping you accountable. When you share that stuff with a picture and a post and, a thing explaining it, now you're a vehicle of change. And you're setting the stage. See, because you share, right? You share your life, and not just Beachbody, personal development, recipes, things that you learn to improve your marriage, craziness at your work, things people can relate to. Maybe you work a lot and travel for work, so you share a picture of yourself getting your workout done in your hotel room because that's what you have chosen to do to better yourself in your life, and then you share that with others and tell them. You're setting the stage. You're inspiring people. You're sharing your life. And you're setting the stage for when you do go to throw together and invite people to a challenge group, they trust you because they know you're changing. They know that you're struggling, but you're changing through it. And they see you at 9 o'clock at night with your kids climbing on your back after a 12-hour shift, still getting your workout in because you took that sweaty pic and you shared it and you captioned it. And so when you go to invite or when you go to post that you're looking for 5 girls to be in your Halloween challenge in October, they'll join you because you've shared your journey and they trust you and they relate to you and they like you. And then what happens is they join that challenge group and you give them everything you got and you stay focused and then they're focused and they start getting results. And one of 2 things is going to happen. First thing is they're going to come to you and say, tell me what this coaching thing is about. Because they've seen you posting about it and now they're losing weight and now they've got friends at their work asking about it. So it's only natural that they become a coach or that they're interested in it. That's the first option. And the second option is you approach them. They're 10 pounds down after their first round of 21-day fix and they're amazing in the challenge group and they just are really, really changing their life and they love Shakeology. And you approach them and you tell them you need to coach. You're already doing it. Why not pay it forward? I want you on my team. See, one of those 2 things happen when you consistently commit to 3 to 5 challengers a month. And how do you do that? You share. You don't sell, you share. And that's it, you guys. That's like it. And it's not like rocket science and it's not hard, but it is hard because it's easier to not do it. But I'll tell you what, when you start to share your life, and it can't just be fake sharing, like you have to legitimately be changing your life. See, you can't be someone who isn't listening to personal development or isn't reading. You can't be someone who's constantly negative and, oh, woe is me, and oh my God, my life sucks and my job sucks and this and that. But join my challenge group. It just doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying that you always have to share the good and the positive. No, share your struggle. Share it, but always have that upswing. You know what? I'm exhausted. Work was hard. My kids, they're like climbing over me, but I said I was going to do this, so I'm going to do it. And here's my picture. And yeah, that's my other 2 kids, doing it with me, and I feel better because I did it, but I really didn't want to do it. And you just share that, right? When you can understand this and when you get this concept and you can start sharing instead of selling consistently on Facebook and you can truly see yourself as a vehicle of change for others, it is no longer about Shakeology. See, people won't want to know every single ingredient of Shakeology when you do this. It's no longer truly about 21-day fix or insanity or PIO or any of those things. It's about you. They want to be a part of what you're doing. They want to be a part of your time, of your community, of your culture. They want part of you because they can get 21-day fix anywhere. They can get Shakeology anywhere. They can probably get it for cheaper. But see, they'll want to come on board with you because you've shared your life so well and you have truly become a vehicle of change and they've watched it that they want to be a part of what you're doing. and then that challenger rolls into a coach. Does that make sense, you guys? And so, and that's really it. And so I want to encourage you guys, especially newer coaches, or maybe you've been a coach for a while and you're just kind of in a slump and you're like, man, I just need to get out of this. You have to remember, share your vehicle, become a vehicle of change, and share that. And it very well could be that you can't share because you're not being a vehicle of change yourself right now. Maybe you've just taken on that victim mentality. Maybe work has just stressed you out, or relationships have stressed you out, or life is just stressing you out. And so you've stopped really working out. You've stopped drinking your Shakeology. You've kind of cut back on personal development. You kind of pulled back from the business. So you're not really surrounded by all these positive, fit friends from our team and this and that. And so it just doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel authentic to share. And so what do you do when you're in that point? I think that you just get back on, and I think you're honest about that. And I think you say, I really, I've not made, I'm making changes. Life has been really hard, but I'm making changes. I'm committed to making changes. And you know what? Everyone loves an underdog. Everyone loves to watch somebody who overcomes adversity. And so when you think about, when you're on social media, don't you really feel good when you see good people overcoming adversity? Doesn't that make you really want to cheer for them and watch them and be a part of what they're doing? Doesn't it feel good when you see someone who's lost 60 pounds and they post their before and after on Facebook, and you just know the struggle that they went through to do that? Doesn't that feel amazing to see that and watch them overcome? Yes. So if you've been struggling to kind of get back on, I think you're honest with that and say, I'm not perfect, and I have struggled the past couple months, but starting today, I'm getting back on. And this is what I'm committing to. And it isn't just the workout program. It isn't just Shakeology. It's bigger than that, because I can name you a whole lot of people who can get really good results with 21 Day Fix and Shakeology. But if they don't dive into personal development and start changing their thoughts and their beliefs, they're not going to be a successful coach. They're just not. That needs to be as big as part as your physical transformation. It truly, truly does. Because here's the thing, you guys, this job is amazing. It's amazing. And you all can, whatever your goals are with this, whatever your dreams are with this business, you all can get there. Nobody just wakes up all of a sudden and they're, a star diamond coach, or they've got a 6-figure business. No one just wakes up that way. It's an up and down journey, but you make the decision to stay on board, and you work through those hard times, and you set those new goals, and you have those new starting lines, and you break through, and you stay on board. And I can promise you that every single person that is a star diamond coach, or making, $1,000 a week or whatever with this business, or 6 figures, or, doing this full time, whatever it is, it is an up and down journey, and you would take 4 steps forward and then you're 20 steps backwards. You're like, what the heck? You're going to set a goal and then you're going to miss it. And then you have a choice. What are you going to do? You can, you think you're going to bring on 4 challengers because they promise you, and then all 4 of them back off doing it in the very last minute. What do? You're inviting 20 people and all you've heard is no's. What do? These are the defining moments. And I'm telling you that if you don't have personal development on board, then you're just going to keep struggling. And you're really going to struggle. You just are. You're not going to move forward. So I hope that you guys are truly, truly buying into personal development, because that's a huge part in becoming a vehicle of change. All right, I want to open it up for questions. Does anyone have any questions about what I've talked about bringing new coaches on, sharing versus selling, becoming a vehicle of change, anything like that?
I have one.
Okay,
so my thing is, Colin, hold on. My thing is that my new coaches I've explained sharing, and I share, and I show them how to share, and I say, look at other people sharing, but they still don't get it, or they copy and paste things, and they don't they're not sharing them. And I don't know how to say it any different than you need to share you. And then they're like, well, I'm struggling. And I'm like, well, I've told you how to do it and you're not doing it. But I don't understand how they're not grasping the concept of sharing and actually sharing. And I don't know how to help them with that. Does that make sense? Sorry, there was a kid screaming in the background.
You're fine. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so my initial thing is that if you've truly gone over helping them understand and you've shown them examples and you've done that, and I know you, so you're a very thorough person, so I highly, I know your training is probably better than mine and Sarah Jackson's put together. Okay, so you showed them examples, you've taught them. I think it's fear. I think it's fear of exposing yourself and sharing yourself, because that is not easy. It's not easy, especially when you're not used to it, to share yourself and share your struggles and share your journey. It's actually scary. And a lot of people, they hide behind really nice quotes and they hide behind other people's pictures and they hide behind a lot of stuff. And the thing about that is you're not allowing people to get to know you. And so you'll struggle. So you can share all you want and you can put up cool Pinterest pictures and you can put up, quotes and everything else. But until you understand that you need to be the vehicle of change and you need to share yourself in your pictures and your journey, then you are going to struggle. I don't think it's that it's not that they don't know how. There's just fear. And you can't overcome fear for people. Action overcomes fear. So they need to take action and do it themselves. What you need to do is do what you're doing, continue to share your journey, and you are good with that. And then you need to keep running challenges, to keep finding more challengers, because eventually you will get the coaches who will say, yeah, I'm ready to look fear in the face, because you know what? This debt that's breathing down my neck, it's causing a lot of stress in my marriage and I'm done with it. So I'm doing this because this is what I need to do. And so tell me what to do and I'll do it. And they will look fear in the face and they will attack it and they will go for it. You'll find coaches like that. You just have to keep bringing on challengers and keep bringing on coaches. And then in the meantime, hopefully at some point, with personal development, your coaches will be ready to kind of overcome that fear. So I would say personal development, because I really feel like it's fear holding them back. Okay, any other questions? Yeah, okay. Amy, who's Amy? Oh, okay, Amy Holland says, tell them to treat it like they're talking to a friend, not a customer. That's true. So, how would they share with a friend? Like that's what you need to do. And that's how, that's how they need to talk. I know that it's scary sharing to like all these people. Oh my God, do they even care? Do they want to see my sweaty pic? Do they want to know what I ate? Do they want to know what I'm struggling with? And that's scary for a lot of people. But yeah, you need to like act like you're just talking to a friend. Okay, Nikki says, how can we open it up more to just our family and friends? Okay, Nikki, what do you mean by that? Open up what more? Your channel?
How can we invite more that's not just our family and friends?
Yeah. Okay, well, are you doing the power of threes? Are you adding, are you talking about utilizing like Facebook to meet new people?
Yeah, I've opened up my Facebook to public, and I've gotten a few people that are interested, but like no means of money right now. And then I also had my mom, she was sharing a post and a girl liked it, and I asked her if she was interested, and she said that she already has the program, but she didn't respond back to me who her coach was or anything, so I'm not quite sure if she was telling me the truth or not. But I'm just wondering how I can broaden out my surroundings, because my Facebook's kind of shallowed down to mainly friends and family.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair question. And I think most of us start off with just a couple hundred people on Facebook who are literally family and friends. So how do you branch out and you start adding more people? You have to add your 3 friends a day, and that's in the power of 3. So when you begin phase 2 of Coach Lab, it talks about the power of 3 when you begin. So you need to add 3 new friends a day on Facebook. When you do that, and if you get really good at sharing your journey on Facebook, that's how you're going to start expanding beyond your warm market. Family and friends are called your warm market. You want to try and expand outside of your warm market. So that's where you can use that memory jogger that was in the phase 1 of Coach Lab, and you got to start adding more friends on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep, and I had a call with Barb probably a week or two ago, and we talked about ways to find new friends, so you can always talk with her, and she could probably share with you what we talked about.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, Sarah said tell her about this Christmas Savers Club. Okay, so real quick, and my sister, I had to talk with my sister who's a coach, and I'm like, you got to find more friends. You have to expand your network on social media. And so she came up with a really great idea. She's a part of a lot of groups. So she's a part of like an Indies Moms group and like a boxer group because she has a boxer puppy or whatever. But a lot of times when you post in those groups, if you post something about a challenge group or something, the admins don't like that because it's salesy, right? But what she put together was a Christmas Savers group. And like legitimately, like this is something she likes to do. Like, okay, let's get together a group to start finding all the deals from here on out to Christmas and get together as many moms as we can. And when you find an awesome deal, you share it. And so what she did was she went into her Indies Moms groups and she went into her boxer group and she said, hey, is any moms interested in joining a Christmas Savers group where we can all share the best tips and sales and stuff for Christmas? And you know, and that was all it was. And she said, if you're interested, like the status and I'll add you to the group. And so I think in like one day she added like over 100 friends on Facebook, and now she's got this Christmas Savers group all full of moms. So that's perfect market for her. She had to become friends with all of them because in order to add them to the group, she had to be friends with them. So she added all these people as friends, and now she's got this awesome group going with all these really cool ideas for Christmas and sales and stuff, and that's legitimately something she's like excited about. So that's one way to add new friends. And in the meantime, she gains hundreds of new friends that she never would have had, and she's sharing her journey on Facebook, and so that's kind of one way you can do it. Yeah, Tracy says, ask them to like, not comment, way easier to add them. True. So you'll want to say, like this status if you'd like to join the group. And I told Tracy about it, and Tracy put together a Pinterest group. So I told her about my sister doing the Christmas Savers group. So Tracy put together a group for ideas that you've done on Pinterest that worked out or something like that. And so a lot of women join that group too. So that's one way to find new friends. All right, any other questions? No? Okay. All right, guys. So if there's one takeaway that I want you to remember, it's to share and not sell, and to truly become a vehicle of change and focus on becoming a vehicle of change for people. Not just the physical, but yes, the physical. You know, not just the Shakeology, but yes, the Shakeology, but also like life, like coming home late from work, but you're still gonna get your workout done, and here's your sweaty pick and stuff you learn about improving relationships or whatever personal development you're diving into. Become a vehicle of change. Then you'll lay the scene. So when you're ready to invite people, people will know, like, and trust you, and they'll want to be a part of what you're doing. So I hope that helps. That's what you're gonna focus on. Challengers is how you build your team. New challengers, always move in, you know, 80% of the time, if they're truly invested in the program, they will move into coaching. So trust the process, keep failing forward, and we will talk next week. All right, guys, see you, and thanks for getting on.